everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to week 2 of my Seek, Gather and Create challenge. And this week was something spotty. I have a stenciled piece of tissue paper there, something pink, I had some pink ribbon, a bird, which is my heron there, and some thread and stitching, so I've got my needle and thread. I also pulled out some pink alcohol ink, and I also had that other piece of spotty fabric which I found in my stash. So grabbing my journal and just pinning it down, it's getting a bit chunky so it needs pinning down to work in, and I'm making a start. I also had some words pulled out there as well. Pulling out my spotty tissue paper to start off with, and I'm going to grab some matte medium to stick this down. Now, if you're not aware yet of what the Seek, Gather, Create challenge is, this is a challenge that I run over on Instagram with my co-hosts Tina Hois, Laura Dennison and Jana Clinard Harris. Jana Clinard Harris, can't get the name out. And every Sunday throughout the month of February we are posting up a scavenger hunt, 4 things to find, and then once you've gathered your bits and bobs you can create some artwork. I thoroughly recommend heading over and checking out the hashtag Seek, Gather, Create over on Instagram and seeing what other people are creating. We've just got some amazing pieces of artwork popping up. It's absolutely fantastic to see. Right, so there's my something spotty. Oh, and I'm adding this little bit of spotty fabric in as well, so just chopping it up a little bit, and I'm just going to stick a few pieces down on the background. This is just, I'm just using Fabri-Tac craft glue. And then my third piece I wanted to put with the ribbon, so I'm grabbing my 2 little pink bits of ribbon, just dropping that down a bit, and I'm going to quickly sew those together to add my stitching in. I'm just using some strong crochet thread. This was a nice one for me because I love adding stitching into my work anyway, and fabric pieces, so it was a nice one to go with. I'm just doing a quick running stitch, and I decided to keep it pulled quite tight so that it was slightly ruched. Just going back again. If you can hear a dingly bell, that's my cat who's guarding my art room, waiting for me. I think she wants something. And I had loads of thread left, so I'm just going to quickly go back up and just throw in a few more stitches in there. Oop, she just jumped up at me now. I think she's getting impatient. So I was stuck inside all week last week with COVID. I'm all better now. Got my 2 negative tests, so I'm now back at the house. Fortunately, my husband is still ill with it. He's not too bad, but he's definitely the worst out of all of us. He's got sore throats and headaches and feels very tired. But it looks like we're on the way out of it, which is great. There it is. There's my stitching. Let me get it in focus for you. Marvellous. And I was about to stick it down when I thought, actually, I want to add some of that pink alcohol ink to see what that will do. And just, it starts sort of spreading into the fabric, but I quite like that. It looks quite bright at the moment, but once you dry it, it's not as bright as that. There we are. And I'm just going to use the same Fabri-Tac glue just to stick that up into the corner there. just grabbing my gesso, and this time a little bit of a palette knife to add this on. I wanted to add some white space, and really it feels wrong not to add gesso. I use it so much that it just, you know, I just it's sort of my go-to really. But it does help to sort of uniform it and bring it all together. But I like using the palette knife because it keeps quite a bit of the texture. Adds quite a bit of added texture in there as well. Give that a dry. And then I'm grabbing just a pencil. I wanted to just put some scribbly marks in there. Not really thinking about it, but I do go around some of the dots. And then I'm ready for my bird. And I chose a heron because at the bottom of my garden is a river, and quite often we see our local heron out there fishing, so he felt sort of close to home, and that's why I chose him. I think he works really well on the page. I decided I needed to add a little bit more colour, so I'm grabbing these are just soft chalk pastels, and going for one of my favourite combos, I go for pink and yellow, just to add that in. There's the pink. I like how the pastels react differently on the fabric and on the paper. Now this is a Lyra water-soluble graphite pencil. I just wanted to add some sort of dark splashes across the page. So I'm just wetting the top of it and just flicking it with a paintbrush. And then I'm just adding some bigger blobs here and there just to add a little bit of contrast. There we are. So that's my page. All I need now to finish it off is some words, and I pulled these words from a exercise sort of workout book, and it made me smile because it says bending the right knee and straightening the left, gently swaying from side to side. And I just thought, with the heron quite often stood there on one leg, it just it went really well, and it made me smile. Just using the same glue again there. So in the description I will pop the link to my co-hosts for the challenge, so you can head over to them and check out what they created with the objects they found, and also head over to Instagram, check out, like I say, the hashtag #SeekGatherCreate to see what everyone else has been up to. If you fancy having a go yourself, don't forget to use the hashtag when you post it so we can take a look. Just working out where I wanted the last, it just says to side there, and end up putting it at the bottom. And there we are, that's my page, week 2 done. Just holding it up, I hold it up a bit closer just so you can see the detail. Really pleased with how that one turned out. Hope you enjoyed that, see you soon, bye!